empty.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Mike Hilton.
And the Bengals are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their 35-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
65 yards. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
On the return, it's Pharaoh Cooper.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. But the focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company.
And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
28 yards for Joe Mixon. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the turnover sets it up, and then a touchdown run here on the ensuing play.
And Brandon, a lot of times you see teams take shots in the passing game on a quick change like this. They go right back and throw one for the end zone. Here they just called a running play looking to get a few yards. But he's able to work his way downfield and take it into the end zone. The end result, the exact same thing as go.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Reggie Ragland.
And the Giants will take over here just shy of the 30.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted, and remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. Cooper on the return.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now here comes Daniel Jones and the Giants again.
Interesting stat line right now. Technically, he's completed 4 passes, 2 to his team and then 2 to the wrong team.
It makes you wonder what he's seeing downfield because he has completed 2 passes to his own team, but the interceptions are troubling. Is he going through the wrong reads, the wrong progressions? Is he getting fooled by defenses? They've got to figure that out over on the sidelines, working on that Surface Pro to see what they see. Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen 1 touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try to run for it with Barkley, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. On 1st and 10, Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Looking to throw. Jones. His throw incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Jones throw on target to Shepard. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And shutting him off, now open field. Touchdown! Saquon Barkley, 47 yards. And the Giants have got it back to a 1-score game. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
This fielded right at the goal line. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So that'll back him up 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now on 2nd and 16, Burrow. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
4 down. Check. 55's mine, guys, 55. Oh, here we go.
Burrow going for it on 4th. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in them. I mean, that's how you have to spin it, is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because you guys are so good. I'm not worried about things. That's the only explanation I can come up with in this situation.
Well, he better get ready to spin it for that post-game presser, because you know he's going to be out.
He's going to have to spin it for his own locker room, frankly.
Back to throw. Jones. To Barkley on the check down. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Escaping the pressure right. Runs through the contact. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Jones. He dumps it off to Barkley. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, on is Graham Gano for the Giants field goal. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And I think Gano missed it. He did. He missed it off to the right. No good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Now a chance to take advantage of that missed field goal. 1st and 10, way up at the 37. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. A reminder, coming up at halftime, while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box, we'll be sending you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. Now a throw here to his running back. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon
He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
On the return is Cooper from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over.
And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Now Saquon Barkley. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 2nd down now, Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 23. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Jones now on 1st and 10.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Daniel Jones in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Giants are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Just like that. Just like that.
Jones throwing for it. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception.
A great read, and it's picked off.
And the Giants are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Boy, they're down only 1 score, still first half, but they're going to line up for the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They're passing here. Joe Burrow being chased out left. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we send you down to our left. And now due to apparent time constraints, We fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. Cooper on the return.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
On second down, Barkley, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They go play action here on first down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Running again, and again it's Booker. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Booker on first down. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Barkley.
And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
From his end zone, Wilson. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10.
At their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Dancing to his left.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
A 3rd quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
Burrow looking to pass. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Cincinnati. That was a fantastic job of keeping that play alive. He had a chance to tuck it. I thought he might.
They work on those situations all the time. This is coached. Being able to keep your eyes downfield, keep the play alive, and not automatically run with the football. How about that lesson absorbed, and it turned into a big play?
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On third down, Burrow on the move to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal.
And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8, Jones. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From just shy of midfield, Jones flushed out right. First down and much more here for Jones. And down to the 29-yard line.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Jones. And it'll be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Out to his left. He finds his running back, Mixon. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now hang tight here. Quarterback Joe Burrow yet to get up after that play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They'll try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Working with second and 5 now. Now Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30.
48 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
That's caught by his tight end, Uzama.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And down inside the 15 he goes. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Now it's Burrow. Rolling to his left. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Stephen Parker. There he goes left side. 30. 10. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides. So I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
anytime
right.
we have a
That's
defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This taken in at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So Burrow and the Bengals down by 7. A minute 11 to go. How costly of an interception will that be? It's time to find out. 1st and 10. Steps away. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And the Giants have just about sewn up this football game. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Looking for Shepard deep. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Dumping this off underneath to Booker. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Looking for Shepard deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jesse Bates. There he goes, right side. The 20.
Oh, my goodness.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. A final shot now for Burrow. Steps away to his left. And he is in. The call works, and they have won the football game. So let's recap. How about the guts in this one? You score on the final play. Thought they were just going to try the PAT and tie it, send it to overtime. Charles, they went for 2, and they won it right there.
Well, the book, right? You know the book that everyone plays by, right?
Yep.
That